Hello, everybody. Welcome back to Transport Fever 2. I am Arctic Wolf, and this is episode 25. In our last episode, we connected everything. We finished tying up everything to the network. So there's no more resources left to gather. All the cities are tied in. And I have to say, our line screen looks like just a gigantic plate of supreme spaghetti. Just everything going everywhere. I love it. It's great. It looks awesome. Anyway, today's episode, we're going to upgrade all of our equipment to top tier equipment. And we're going to balance all of these lines so that they're not, like, if you look here, this thing's way overloaded and there's no trucks coming in to get anything. So, well, okay, there's one. But he can carry 30 and there's 141 sitting there. And the next truck to come in, it's not even going to him. So, we need to fix this. All of our new truck lines are severely under producing right now. They don't have enough vehicles. So I'm going to balance all these lines. Now, balancing a line, I click on like this guy here. Okay, he's the one. I'm going to grab a depot. I'm going to put a depot right here. This is temporary. It's not permanent. I'll delete it when I'm done. But I just want one so I can say, go here, buy a vehicle, select the guy, say give me 6 of them to start, paint them the right color, and then one at a time tell it to go to the line. And that's what I'm going to do until he gets back here. So this process is going to take quite a while. So I'm going to speed this up. I'm going to try to cram this into 20 minutes for you guys. It might end up being 2 episodes. We'll figure that out when I get to the other end. But for now, this is what I got to do. So that's what I'm going to do. We're going to go into fast build mode. And you can watch me balance all these lines. It's going to take a long time. Fast build mode. Here we go. Okay. So throw all them trucks out, easy peasy. I wait right here, sitting by this place for quite a bit. When it backs up like that, I just don't buy any trucks and put them on the line. I wait for them to all fill up and leave. What this ends up doing is spacing the trucks out based on how long it takes them to fill up. So once the one in the window that you're looking at gets back, then the truck should be spaced out just long enough to where one's coming in as the one in front's leaving. And then that should be the way it is for the rest of the time, until what ends up happening is you'll get enough throughput to upgrade the resource industry to the next level, and then his output will increase. So it's the same thing for the yellow trucks on the crude oil line. I sit right here for a while watching one of the truck in front until he gets back and space them out based on how long it takes them to fill up. I end up doing the same thing to the stone and the bricks and the coal and the other iron and the grain and everything we put in yesterday. So I'm gonna shut up for a while and let you guys listen to some music. So here you go. And we're back from the musical break. Here we're just working on the steel lines, making sure that the bricks trucks and the stone trucks and the machines trucks and all the different trucks that we put in yesterday are balanced. Here I upgraded the train that's taking machines up to Kansas City. It's taking machines up there for Kansas City and McKinney. And it was overloading the station. So I put a bigger train with more cars that go faster so it can take it all and go. I ended up putting too many cars on it and I had to take some of them off later. But that's fine. With this bricks right here, the one going to Plano wasn't making any at all, and I had to figure out why that was. It ended up being that the drop-off station in Plano was set to pick up instead of drop off, and it wasn't registering it as a complete line, so it just wasn't even putting any out there. Once I fixed that, it started pumping them out there, and then I had to come back and revisit the line, which upgraded the stone pit quarry here. So I had to rebalance that. Every time the resources, when you balance these lines, it's not just to do it once and it's done type of thing. It's do it once, then everything gets upgraded to its next level and starts producing more, and then all of a sudden all your stations are overloaded again, and you got to go back through and upgrade them all again or put more trucks on the lines again. It's the best part of the game. That's my favorite part of the game. I absolutely love this. We put so much traffic out there that when you go and look at like this bridge right here, good timing. They're just everywhere. Now the civilian public traffic, their cars, they're not going to use that bus lane with the tram track on it. That they don't use that. So, but your semis will. So the public stays out of your way. If you don't put those in, then the public will get in the way of the semis, or the semis will get in the way of the public, whichever way you want to look at that, because they go faster. They're allowed to go like 70 mile an hour. These trucks, I think, only go 62, but it's whatever. With the tram routes and the bus lanes in them, the civilian traffic will not interfere, but your semi-trucks will go on that route, so that's helpful. Here we're at Grand Rapids, and they have just the wrong number of trucks on these lines. There's way too many. They were backing everything up, so I had to sell some of them off. But we ended up getting it done in the end. Once you get them at the end point situated, they're done. Upgraded another train right there, and then we go back to messing with the airport. I had to mess with this airport multiple times. And now back here at the one we started at, now it's overloaded and full, and there's not enough trucks on the line again. So I add a few more trucks to the line. Same thing with the crude oil. Both of the resources upgraded. So then their output increased. I was checking my budget. Yeah, I'm in the negative because I've just been spending like a complete mad lad. I spent all my money. But it only took like a few seconds for something to land somewhere, and I had $28 million again and was able to continue. These trucks only cost a few $100,000. Back to bricks over here with Plano and Overland Park, I think it is. Or Omaha, one of the two. So the bricks and the stone end up being worked together, and then the iron and the coal and the steel end up getting worked together at the same time, and then your crude oil and your refined oil and your fuel and or plastic get worked at the same time. You want to work from the basic resource to the manufacturer, and if it's something like a goods manufacturer or a machines manufacturer, you want to go back to the other end and start back at the other resources, raw resource, and work back up to. So like for example with goods, you got steel and plastic. It's the most complicated one. So for your steel, you got iron and coal coming in. So you want to start at the iron and coal. You do one, then you do the other. Then you make sure your steel line is good. Then you go back to your crude oil. You make sure your crude oil is good and your plastic is good. Or your refined oil is good. And then your plastic is good. And then you can finally say, okay, it's the goods. Good to go. So here I ended up sitting here at this coal for about 20 minutes, 15 minutes. It's about how long it took for that truck to come down and come back. And then I go down to the steel and I add a road and put another stop in. And I say, okay, all the coal drops off on this side, all the iron drops off on this side because they were getting clogged up at the drop-off point. Then I added a runway and a depot to the steel airport. And I added a terminal to the goods airport. And I'm putting in another line. And I was going to separate the one that's got coal and iron going to the steel factory and bringing back steel. Well, now the steel factory is getting enough iron and coal from the trucks that it can produce the extra steel for the planes to bring it back. So I wanted to separate it so they're bringing, one of them's bringing iron, one of them's bringing coal, and they're both bringing back steel. So I did that. And then I put in the second line at the other end and I set the parameters up. I got the one cleared off for the coal, so it's just iron on one side and coal on the other side, and they're both bringing back steel. And everything is going good for quite a while here. And I'm just checking everything, putting planes on the line, making it. I reduced the number of plastic planes, and I was going to upgrade those, but I'm still waiting for money. When I put this other terminal in on the other side, that was going to be for the plastic. When I put that in, it completely deleted all of the waypoints inside the airport for the 3 lines that were there. So I just reconfigured it the way I wanted it and put everything back in. But then when I put that steel line back down, before I was able to tell it the parameters to pick up iron, it picked up coal as well, and so it had coal on it for quite a while. Went back around and visited all the trucks again. We're adding trucks to the resource lines now that everything's getting upgraded. All the resources are upgrading, so then the trucks need more. I think that was the point where I upgraded the plastic planes. Yeah, now they're the Tupolevs too. And all of our cargo planes are that Tupolev that holds 54. And all of our passenger planes are the Boeing 757s. And we end up getting an upgrade for our semis while I was doing all this stuff. So I'll go through during the last round of balancing. I upgrade all the trucks to the better trucks. Like get the ones that go top speed without having to worry about any problems with being able to carry weight up hills and stuff like that. They're all really, really good. And they have a flatbed for certain types of cargo and a dump truck for certain types of cargo, and they got a tanker truck for your liquid cargoes, and then the regular box trailers for your normal cargo, your goods and your machines and your tools. So we end up upgrading to them, and then I take a look at the passenger lines. That right now we're looking at the goods airport still. I'm balancing these two steel lines for quite a bit. It's still waiting for that one coal to fall off of that line so that it's not overloaded anymore. So I decided to try to tweak with the settings a little bit. Maybe I can tell it to take 5% coal and 95% iron, and it'll grab that. And then what happens is when the coal got dropped off by the truck, it put 15 more of them on the line. And I was like, nope, we're not doing that. So I went and I deleted the line, and I completely got rid of it. And it got rid of all the resources that were on it. And then I put it back in, and I forgot to do the parameters on it before I put the plane on it, and it packed it full of coal again. I was like, oh, you gotta be kidding me. So then I deleted it out again and put it back in again, and then it was working. But I learned some mistakes, in the order in which you do things matters in this game. Here we're balancing our passenger trains. I noticed that the train going to Plano was full, so I replaced it with a Metroliner, and then we end up adding another Metroliner. I'm just going to let you guys watch the rest of this part, and I'll throw down another song right here. Okay, that's gonna have to do it for today, everybody. We're not quite done balancing these lines, but we'll finish up with that in the next episode when we finish upgrading all the trains. But as far as the trucks are concerned, we have reached the best, we've unlocked the best possible vehicles for the trucks. These semi-trucks, they carry 36, they go 62 miles an hour, they have no problem with a hill. They have specialized versions with the same cab and engine. So like the dump trucks and the tankers and the flatbeds. They're great. We got a bunch of traffic on our highway. In my opinion, this is the best part of the game, is getting to the top end, getting all your stuff out there, and then just watching all the chaos you have wrought upon the world. Headquarters is looking fantastic. Our company scores over 100. We tanked, as far as the bank account's concerned, we tanked like twice during this while I was playing today. But that's okay. We're steadily climbing. Let's just look at the chart. You see, oh yeah, we're going vertical. I spent money balancing lines and upgrading and balancing and upgrading, and doink, we tanked. We hit nothing. We ran out of money like a few times. But that's fine. The recovery, we're going vertical. It's great. Another thing about my choice of the term balance when it comes to this, what I'm doing here with these trucks and stuff, balance might not be the correct word. Maybe optimization. I'm not 100% sure, but to me, in my mind, what I'm doing is I'm balancing the load capacity of the trucks with the output of the resource, and finding the number that balances those two. So it could be just, working the lines. You don't have to call it balancing, but I do. If that bothers anybody, I'm sorry. So, all of our, I balanced the passenger stuff as far as the airplanes are concerned. I balanced the passenger lines somewhat. Grand Rapids might need another plane, but Plano has 3, might need another one, but it's doing good. Down here in the station stats menu, most of them are very good. In fact, almost all of them are very good. We have one at the very that is good, and that is our, when the logs come in on the train from McKinney, this one goes, and then when they clear it off, it goes back up. And with the Grand Rapids Airport, okay, Grand Rapids does need another plane. We can take care of that right now. Just go like this, manage vehicle, and clone 1. 2, sure. Okay. I balanced out this, which I worked on it and worked on it and worked on it. You've seen it. You already seen it. I explained it during the time lapse. But that's gonna have to do it for today. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button. If you like this playlist and this series and my channel, hit the subscribe button. If you want to know exactly when my next video comes out, hit the bell icon. You'll get notified. You guys have a wonderful day. Thank you for watching this video. Thanks for stopping by. Arctic Wolf out.